Hello everyone, it's Michelle the Stamp Booker, and I'm here today to do a celebration hop for 3 of my YouTube friends who have each reached 1,000 subscribers. That's a huge feat. So we are celebrating Nikki, Rona, and Lisa, and I will leave their links down below. So all they asked is that we scrapbook a favorite photo or a story that we love. So I have this photo. These are the same photos. This is a screenshot from Facebook, and it kind of reminds me when I print them that reminds me to scrapbook it, or it gives me the date. And I don't have permission. It's me, my friend, and then 3 boys in the back seat. This is my son. So this is my son. Okay, so this was taken with my Samsung Galaxy, and so the ratio is off a little bit. This I printed at 5x7, but in order to keep me and my friend in frame, it's a little less than 5 inches. So I've got that. And this, I may end up cutting down and just keeping this as a smaller version of this photo. I'm using my Color Me Happy counterfeit kit, How to Kill a Kit with Style, with mostly simple stories, Color Me Happy, from June and July of 2026. And I thought I would use this sketch from day 18 of 30 days of sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life Series 21. This is a great sketch, and it actually has a 5x7 with strips of paper and then some mixed media in the background. So I thought I would do that. If you are familiar with this kit, you know there is this great scallop paper, and so I did take some time to fussy cut some of these scallops out, but I don't know if I'm actually going to use them on this layout. So I will just hang on to them, and then I also have some pre-cut ones that came as like in the ephemera pack. And I may end up using a little bit of this. You never know, right? So I have some colors from Close to My Heart. I feel like the colors that match really well are Peacock, Wildberry, Lagoon, Nectarine, Green Apple, and Honey Butter. Also have a black. And then I do have these sprays. One is, these 2 are from Hip Kit, Shimmer Sprays, Shimmer Paints Vibes, Mustard Seed, and Sweetheart. And then also I have a Distress Oxide in Peacock Feathers. Okay, I have a couple of stencils, and I'll probably use a paintbrush to splatter. But first, oh, and then I have these Hip Kit Club clear stickers that I thought I might add. Let's see. I have some foam titles that I thought I might make it, I'm not sure. A lot of them would work. Color Me Happy, Love, Happy Memories, Life is Good, Happy Days. So we'll get to that later. And I have some scraps. I have a branding strip from a Close to My Heart paper. I have some more Close to My Heart paper. I have some more scraps. And then this is from my kit that I pulled together. This is Close to My Heart. And I don't know what these are from, but they're obviously from a paper pad. And then I have a piece of white cardstock as a base. So I thought I would just cut some strips. And I will probably put you on fast forward. Okay, so now I'm just cutting the strips and making some decisions about what papers I want to use on this layout. And what you'll find is that I started out doing the mixed media with the stencils, and I'll go ahead and spoiler alert, I don't like the first version. So here I am marking where the photo is going to go, and then I'm going to take that stencil with the dots, and I will use a few colors, stencil it in, and I think these colors look great with this kit, but it did not turn out well, and it's because I used the second stencil with my black ink, and the black ink, first of all, it was like a grayish color instead of black, and then I tried to put a liquid color on top of that, and it just all kind of bled through to each other. So I'll let you see. Here comes the black now. This is like the layout that I didn't think I was going to ever get finished. So I actually started it before I headed to a scrapbook retreat, and then I brought it with me. See, there's the pink, the shimmers stuff from Hip Kit Club, and it made a big old mess, and no, not good. So here we are. We're going to start over again. This time I'm going to do the smushing technique with the wild berry, and I mean right now it doesn't look great, but I think in the end it turned out good. And I don't know why I even really bothered on the bottom part, because it all gets covered up by those strips of paper, but it is what it is. I guess it was good practice, right? Because I haven't done mixed media in a while. So this time I don't use black ink through the stencil. I'm like, okay, let's try some Lagoon. Maybe that'll be better. And it did turn out better. And I have a sanding eraser, where you saw me use it just then. That really helps get ink up where it's not supposed to be. So FYI, I bought it from Lil by Mail, but I think you can get them a lot of places. So in here, I took my black shimmer brush from Close to My Heart, and I squeezed a little bit out on an acrylic block, and then I just kind of flicked it to get the black specks, and it's got like the silver shimmer in it, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I had already double matted my photo in pink and then green, and then I felt like it needed even more, but the papers weren't big enough. So I just did kind of like corners, like a side and a top and a side and a bottom, and I think that turned out good. I end up not using the black strips. Here, if you look, I dropped the ink pad there on the top of the paper, and I really thought I was going to have to redo this again, but I decided to mat this whole layout in Lagoon, and so I cut off the top of the mistake, and then I just work on trying to cover it up, and now it's hardly noticeable, I think. Also, I've been using my Barely Arts liquid glue to glue the layout to the mat, and I think that gives me just a little bit of wiggle room instead of using my ATG gun or tear tape. That seems to be working for me, because I hate it when it's not quite straight or even. And I thought about distressing the edges of all the paper strips, but I decided to just kind of roughen up the edges after they're glued down, just to give them a little bit of lift. And then I think I go back and I add an orange strip later, and then later I even add the lime green that I had forgotten about. So yeah, and then I wasn't going to use all of the fussy cut scallop strips on this layout, and then because I had that mess up in the upper left, I did decide to use the scallop strips in the bottom right and then in the upper left to kind of give it more of a diagonal feel and to try to cover up more of my mistake. So it wasn't the actual ink pad, it was the lid of the ink pad that fell on accident on that paper. And I think in the end, I like this. I like it okay. I did not leave room for any journaling on this layout, but I do plan on adding some on the back. Or maybe even a tag with a pocket where the tag sticks out of the top of the layout ever so slightly. I don't mind if things stick out of the top of a scrapbook album. How about you? Does it bother you? Anyway, this photo brings me a lot of joy. It was a wonderful day spending time with my best friend Bethany, and my son always enjoyed hanging out with her boys. So I think I fulfilled the requirement that Lisa, Rona, and Nikki had asked for us. And now I'm just adding some enamel dots around. I can't find my turquoise lagoon one, so yellow, wildberry, and black it is. So please be sure and check out the playlist down below, and congratulate my friends on hitting 1,000 subscribers. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.